Good morning and welcome. Today's class is called Breaking Through the Wall, and that is because we are going to do everything at the wall today. We're going to do wall-assisted poses, everything you could possibly imagine at the wall. And it's interesting because, you might have an advanced practice, but maybe your body is like doing all this work to balance, and you actually could use a little bit of support to go a little bit deeper into a pose. So whether you're advanced or whether you're actually a beginner and could really use the support of a wall, we're going to have that option to play around. Now, what I think of that is that as advanced as we might be, as talented as we might be at our craft in life, sometimes when we want to go forward or we want to break through to something new, we have to ask for support. You actually have to ask for help. So this is a class all about getting extra support so that we can go deeper. And so it'll be interesting. Take a nice seat. Close your eyes. And contemplate for yourself, is there an area in your own life where you could use a little bit more support? Whether it's from being overextended in a certain area, or you're actually wanting to push through to another zone of comfort, or pass through a comfort zone into a more challenged space, something that's new and different for you. And take a moment just to sit with that. And then fold your palms together in front of the heart, and we'll chant the sound of Om 3 times to begin the practice. Full, deep inhalation. Release the hands and gently open the eyes. So I had the amazing opportunity yesterday evening to get out on stand-up paddle boards in the ocean, which is something that I've done the ocean a number of times, but it was definitely like super scary, like going past the waves. And then as I finally got past the breakers, they totally pushed me in. But as I got past the breakers, I was surrounded by this entire soup of stingrays. And I was like, oh my God. And they were looking up at me, and then they would dart away. And so I was like, wow, so there's that exhilaration also when you do something that makes you a little scared. But I had support, right? I had these guys that literally pushed the board out because I was nervous. I'm going to get a big wave, knock me over and tumble me. And then on top of it, stingrays. I'm sure they were harmless, but they were ooh, there were a lot of them, right? So allowing the support so that we can do new things. That's really what this is about. So without further ado, bring your mat over to the wall. And I will bring mine as well. So you can go fairly close to one another so that you're going to put the short end of the mat up against the wall. And at home, a door is fine as long as the door is solid. You don't want to be going, rushing through a door that's not latched properly. So just make sure also a mirror might not be the best choice, or a glass wall might not be the best choice. A good solid wall so that you're safe, okay? The first one, you're going to want to have 2 blocks possibly a strap. I'm not quite sure yet, but definitely 2 blocks nearby. And the blanket is really just for sitting. Okay. The first one we're going to do is called shower pose. And the reason it's called shower pose is it's the only stretch you could possibly do in one of those stall showers. Thus the name shower pose. All right, you put your hands up on the wall like this, and you're going to take your feet back as far as you could in a stall shower. Right? It's like trying to do yoga in a shower. All right, your feet are separate. You're going to lift the armpits up away from the wall so that they're nice and hollow. And then, keeping your armpits hollow, soften and melt your upper back toward the wall. Keep your throat back and your chin slightly open. So this is all about stretching the thoracic spine, stretching the shoulders without hyperextending at the actual shoulder joint. And you just keep softening your chest toward the wall. Your butt is back a little bit. Excellent. And then inhale, push away from the wall, and then shrug the shoulders up toward the ears and back down. And shrug the shoulders up toward the ears and back down. And up toward the ears on an inhalation, and on an exhalation, back down. One more time. Keep your chin up. There you go, and exhale. Beautiful. Now, look at the wall and come very close, like you're going to kiss the wall. That's definitely going to happen at some point during this class, I can tell. And you're going to put your palm flat on the wall of the right hand. So right hand flat on the wall with a bent elbow. Left hand is just going to come and brace like a little side buttress. Okay? Now, make the sides of the body long. Make sure your upper arm is perpendicular to your body or parallel to the floor. Then squeeze the upper back and make your chest like a starburst. Turn your feet to the left. Press your elbow into the wall on the right side. There we are. We're just going to breathe here for about 5 breaths.
Am I too far away?
You look a little far. Yeah, you could go in. So yeah, you almost want your right hip to be touching the wall. It doesn't have to touch, but it's super close to the wall. Yeah, anytime you guys have questions, just ask, because it helps everybody. Lift your chin. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Wonderful. Chin is open. 2 more breaths. And exhale, return to center, and we'll switch sides. So again, come close to the wall, put the left hand up, right hand out to the side. Sides of the body long, and then squeeze the upper back. That's it. Then turn your feet to the right, chin open. Everybody make sure your left elbow is right in line with the shoulder. So Gregory could go a little higher with your elbow. That's it. Perfect. There we go. A little head adjustment. 2 more breaths. Did you get a cramp?
Yeah, just a little.
And release. Fantastic. Okay, now down dog at the wall. You're going to take your hands about hip height, walk your feet back, lift the armpits up again away from the floor this time, and then exhale, soften just in the upper back. Then push the wall away, stretch the hips back. And what's nice about this is it is the shape of downward dog without the weight, so a lot less weight. Okay, arch the low back so that the sacrum moves in and up. That's it. This is actually really a great stretch for when you're at your office or you're at your desk and you just get up off your computer and go head to a wall and do this pose. It's phenomenal for clearing the lower back, opening the shoulders, opening the upper back. Lift your chin up a little bit. Fantastic. And then exhale, come on up. You're gonna turn toward the middle of the room again. Okay, and we're actually gonna take downward dog on our mats with our feet to the wall. You're gonna put your heels up the wall and stretch back. So now we feel the full weight of downward dog, right? And it should feel a lot sweeter to be in it. Nice. Then take your right leg up the wall for down dog split. How nice to have something to hold your leg up in down dog split. It's so sweet. And you can square the hips off and push into the wall, push into your hands. Good, exhale the right foot down and bring the left leg up. So the ball of your foot, as best you can, is on the wall and you're pushing into your hands, pushing into the wall in one straight line. And guess what? That pushing into the wall is the same exact feeling you want to have when you're actually in down dog split. You want to be creating that much resistance and extension, right? So this teaches you how to be in really beautiful form and beautiful lines of energy. Excellent. Release down, down dog. Good. Inhale forward into plank pose. You can kind of still feel your heels on the wall. You can kind of reach them back. And then exhale, lower toward Chaturanga Dandasana. Good, inhale, cobra pose. And it's also nice, we're in a big circle here. Good, reach forward. And exhale, bow. Tuck your toes under, push the heels back to down dog at the wall. Ujjayi breath the whole time. Excellent. Bring your knees to the floor now. Walk your hands back a few inches. Then walk your feet back and your knees back enough that the whole sole of your foot is against the wall. Or at least if you have molding, then probably just your instep is against the wall. Okay? So on all fours, make the sides of the body long by shrugging the armpits up toward the ears and then soften the upper back. Then tuck your not tuck your toes under, but lift your knees up. Okay? Walk your feet up the wall. So to do this, you've got to move your chest toward the wall and your butt toward the middle of the room. Okay, don't go too high with the legs, right? If you go too high with the legs, it becomes other than an L-shaped handstand, which is what this is. Do you have an issue? Oh, your shoulder. Shoulder. Oh, elbow, that's right, that's right. Good, release your head. Excellent, walk your feet down. Okay, just a couple little pointers on that. Okay, what makes it hard to get up the wall, you guys, is when you're here and you start to go up and you round your chest. Okay, and people can't get up the wall. Okay, just saying. Now to prevent that, okay, you have to walk up, but watch how I move my whole torso toward the wall. And then I kick up against that. Does that make sense? It's like stemming or rock climbing, right? So you have to have two opposing forces. Even if you got up successfully, try going up this way again by really moving your chest toward the wall so that your butt, when the legs get straight, has a chance of getting up and your feet have more leverage going up. Try that. And also it feels good. You know, the wrists are very, very slightly forward of your shoulders, forward into the middle of the room. Just ever so slightly. That's it. Good, come on down and rest in child's pose. Oh my God, it's a pose we're not using the wall. What a concept. All right, good. All right, the next one we're gonna do, we're gonna come on up to a seated position. You're gonna grab your block and stand up, or one of the two blocks. You're gonna stand up and lean against the wall. And you're gonna put your block on your head. Block head time. Okay, so what the aim here is to take the elbows slightly wider than parallel to begin, and then hollow the armpits so much that the back of your shoulder touches the wall. Okay, so from the side it looks like that. Okay, keeping the back of the shoulder against the wall, squeeze your elbows in more so that they are parallel. And then very slowly slide the block against the wall up. Oh my God, keep your chin open. And then exhale, put the block back on your head. Now the problem with this one tends to be that as we go up, it gets harder to keep the armpits back, and so we move the back of the shoulder away from the wall. Don't do that. Elbows in, that's it. Armpits back, and slowly go up. Yes, and then back down. Elbows in tighter. Yep. And up. Oh, bring it over to the right more. Bring the whole block over to the right. Other right. Yeah, I must have meant the wrong one. And exhale, lower. And then just keep doing these lifts on your own. Take it to the left. Yeah, there it is. And up and down. Chin open. Try not to let your elbows splay open. Yeah. This is good for your elbow, actually. One more set of reps here, like 3 more. Let's just do 3 more. Nice. And up.
Is this a preparation for something?
Is this a preparation for something, is the question. This is the preparation for life. Yeah, it's actually, it'll prep you for any back bend, any shoulder opener, and it's also incredibly healing for the shoulder. Okay, good, release down. As you will see when you put your block down and you feel what's going on in your shoulder girdle. Hello. Yeah, it's incredible, intense. All right, so next one is Uttanasana against the wall. So you're gonna put your butt against the wall and fold over. So you're kind of looking like you're at an angle, right? Your legs are at an angle. And exhale, fold. It's fun to get the heels, if you can, all the way to the wall.
Butt as well.
And your butt as well. And then fold in. If you take your hands actually out further into the middle of the room, you can press your butt against the wall. You can push the floor away and ground your butt into the wall. Good, walk your hands out to the middle of the room, coming back into the down dog. Then inhale to plank pose. And exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. And inhale, come up to cobra. And exhale, push back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay, now turn your left foot against the wall. You're gonna turn your left foot out, and so that the outer edge of the foot is against the wall, like so. Okay, and the other foot is gonna step. Actually, you're gonna have to come off of your left heel to step your right foot forward to a lunge. So you can feel the support of the wall under your heel. Okay. And then keep your right leg bent as a square and come up to Virabhadrasana 2. The left hand touches the wall. Right hand stretches out in front. And you can adjust your foundation if you need to. You want to make sure that the right heel is intersecting the back arch and the right arm comes up. Excellent. From here, take the right forearm onto the thigh, stretch the left arm over the ear. The right knee is bent all the way to a square. Like that. Nice. Inhale, come back up. That's it. Touch the wall with your left hand. And then cartwheel your hands all the way to the floor. Step back to the down dog. So believe it or not, this is how a lot of beginners start standing poses, how they learn to do standing poses, so that they don't lose their balance, but they can actually hone in on the alignment. So make this an opportunity, if you're more seasoned, to really work on precise form. Okay, let's not worry about turning the back foot yet. I just realized that. Step your left foot forward. Okay, then turn the back heel, just like you would when you were not at the wall. That's it. So you feel the outer edge pressing and supporting, then windmill up, Vira 2. Take the right hand to the wall. Now bend the front knee deeply. That connection of your right hand to the wall, even putting your palm flat, the right hand, that connection simulates, you often hear me say it in class, but I'll say lean more to the right. I'll actually say lean back, right? So having that ability to push the wall is going to help you remember that. Bend the front knee more deeply, but lean back. So it's kind of like you're leaning on the support of your friends, right? Not lunging into this by yourself. Forearm to the thigh, and then right arm over the ear. Now press from your pelvis, press down into the legs, especially into the back wall, right? And then from your pelvis, extend up. So use that rooting power of the wall to make the extension brighter in all the core lines. Fantastic. Inhale, back up to Vira 2 without letting the legs straighten. Yeah, keep it bent. And then cartwheel the hands to the floor and step back to down dog. Inhale, forward to plank pose. And exhale, lower toward Chaturanga Dandasana all the way to the floor. Hit the deck if you need to. Means just go down. Inhale, cobra pose. Spread your fingers wide. Hands a little wider, Sonia girl. Exhale, downward facing dog. Most excellent. All right, right foot forward. Back heel down. Okay, and this time put the left hand on the hip, straighten the right leg. Check that your right heel is lined up with the center of the left arch. Take your left arm up to the sky. You may use a block under your hand if the right leg is not straightening, so that front leg is not straightening. For whatever reason, you may either use a block or everybody move the thighs back. Stick the butt out and firm the right leg, and then scoop the right buttock under, keeping the right leg straight. Stretch up. Excellent. Hand to the floor. Push back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Left foot forward. Right heel down. Press that outer edge of the left foot into the wall. Straighten the left leg by moving the thighs back. So you don't want to have your pelvis into the forward plane. You want it in the back plane. So that whole like trying to get your body between two panes of glass, not so into. I actually like it when the butt goes back a little bit and then we carve the buttock flesh and the seat under. Now, if you can't touch the floor, right, like here, move your butt back more or take a slightly wider stance. Okay, now with the butt back, see if the fingers will go to the floor. There you go. Now carve the butt under. This one. That's it, and open up. Perfect. Push up into me. Push through the legs, push through the arms, reach through the crown of the head, and exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower to the floor if you need to, just like hit the deck. That's it. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale, spread your fingers wide, downward facing dog. Okay, on an inhale, step the right foot up between the hands. Okay, turn the back heel down. Now, shorten the stance a little more than you had in a triangle because we're going to do Parivrtta Trikonasana, a revolved triangle. Okay, this is so nice because how many people have that problem of the back heel coming off the floor when you try to do Parivrtta Trikonasana? Now you've got the support. Okay, so take your left hand, cross it over to the outside of the foot. Take your right hand on your hip crease and pull the hip crease back. That's it. Take your right arm up to the sky. That's it. Beautiful. How many people feel like a little bit more like an expert at this pose right now than you do in the middle of the room? Okay, one of the key things too is that you want your head to be in line with your front shin. That's it. So just look down and see where your head is in relationship to your shin. Push down through the legs, reach out through the torso. Yeah, feeling like a Parivrtta Trikonasana rock star. That's it, hands to the floor again and step back down dog. I think every now and then, to feel like you're really, really rocking a pose or really doing well at a pose because you have the support of the wall is great. It's very helpful for our deeper practice. Step your left foot forward, turn your back heel down. So the stance is slightly shorter. Okay, like instead of that wide, you may be coming in about that wide. Okay, then turn the right hand, cross it over, place the left hand on the hip crease, pull the hip crease back to square the hips, and then slowly take your left arm up to the sky. Now, one thing to note is that the right kidney or the right waistline tends to shear down and kind of fall away, so puff that part up more. Puff it up more and then turn again. Line your head up with your shin. Straighten the front leg as best you can. There you go. Good breathing. Yep. And then hands to the floor. Well done. Step back, down dog. Okay. If you wish, come through to plank pose. And exhale, lower toward chaturanga, lower to the floor. Inhale to cobra, and exhale to downward dog. All right, bend the knees, walk the feet forward lightly. Exhale and fold. Hands on the hips, shoulders back, inhale and come up. All right, check this out. So, you're going to come and face the wall. Take your fingertips on the floor, or if you're a little stiffer in the hamstrings, you can always use a block, okay, to put your hands on, or you can go to a high setting if it's really tight, okay? And you're going to come over to the wall, right, and put the whole upper back against the wall and step your feet in. You sometimes can use your hands to assist you to get your feet in, and you're going to fold into the super deep Uttanasana. My recommendation would be to lift your belly up, right? Really try to get it up away from the upper thighs. That's it.
I would do Uttanasana because my lower back.
Oh, yeah.
So I can
So yeah, if your lower back is sensitive, So glad you asked. If your lower back is sensitive, come on back to the downward dog stretch. The downward dog stretch that we did, here helps you to have a nice long spine with healthy curvature right in the lower back. So this is totally acceptable if this is too much on the low back, okay? Bend your knees even too. You can bend the knees, and that will also help to get healthy lumbar curve. Stick your butt up in the air. That's it, more. There you go. How's that feel? That's good stuff. There you go. All right, hands, this is interesting to get out of it. You actually have to walk your feet backwards. Believe it or not, I've had people go like, I don't know how to get out of this. Like walk backwards. Okay, very good. Next one is Ardha Chandrasana. You can come on up. Ardha Chandrasana. The coolest way to get into this is to measure about a leg's distance from the wall. So I'm looking at my legs and hoping that this foot, right, is right under a vertical leg. So it should look like that, right? Because it's very easy to just go into the wall like this or something. So you want to go like that, measure. Okay, and then you're going to turn and face the other way, but like in your measurement. Smile. Okay, then you're going to bend forward into Uttanasana. Okay. Take your right hand out. Well, actually, if you just go shoulder width apart, you're totally pre-aligned. Put your left hand on your hip. Lift your left leg up off the floor and turn the leg out and place the foot right against the wall. Now, if you feel like you're pitching forward, you might want to put your left hand down, take a little hop forward, or conversely, jump backward if you need to. Okay, so sometimes the measurement doesn't work, all right? Or it doesn't work perfectly. Now, lift the leg so that it's a little bit higher than your hip. And the left foot is a little bit higher than your hip. That's it. Put the left hand on your hip. Pull the shoulders back, and now take the left arm to the sky. Right leg is totally firm. Its muscles above the kneecap are firming. Turn the foot out at a 90-degree angle. Yep, you might have to come down. Good. Yeah, lift the leg a little bit higher. Mingling, bring your right foot closer to the wall. Yeah. Gregory, bring the heel behind you more on the wall. That's it. That's it. Yeah. And now push into the wall so that your whole torso and spine and crown of the head can lengthen forward. And move you this way. So move your right hand off your mat. That's it. Excellent. Touch the floor. Yeah? And put the foot down. That would be a key maneuver before putting the second foot up. Okay, so let's put the right foot up, yes? Right foot up behind you. Okay, left hand out to the side, over here. Yeah, left hand goes out to the side. Hand on the hip, right side. That's it. And then pull the shoulder back before you even open the arm all the way up. Yeah. Bring this foot about here. So it might need to step forward a bit more. That's it. Turn the foot all the way out on the right. Turn your right foot out, other way. There you go. That's it. Okay, put this hand off the mat. There you go. Nice, you guys. Couple more breaths. Yeah. Whoa. Sonia. Go on your fingertips. That's it. And then hands and feet back down. Okay, don't lose the measurement because we're going up again. Okay, but we're going up in a different way. I heard some sighing. Okay, so now, right foot comes up. Okay, right hand goes forward. Left hand comes on the hip and pulls the left hip back. So your right toes are pointing down. This is called Parivritta Ardha Chandrasana. Take your left arm up. When did it ever feel this good? Yeah. Gregory, bring the block more to the right. So the right hand should be over to the right of the foot. That's on the standing foot, even a little bit more. Yep. So when you bring your right hand closer to the wall, the one that's on the floor, bring it back closer to you. There you go. That's a little better. Yes, hand to the floor, that's a doozy. Feet and hands down. Yeah, left foot back. So left foot back and all 5 toes point down to the floor. That's it. Okay, then right hand on the hip pulls the hip back, open the shoulder up, go on your fingertips like that to get a little more height. That's it. So this leg has to come more to the middle of your mat. I couldn't say that to you before. No, more to the middle. That was lateral. More underneath you. That's it. Right arm reaches up. So once the shoulder is back, right arm reaches up. Yeah, so you thought wall poses would be easy. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. That's it. There you go. Stretch the right leg straighter, push into the wall. As you push into the wall, pretend there's somebody right at your head with their hand on your head and you're pushing into their hand. And with your top hand, pretend there's somebody pushing your hand down and you're pushing it back up. That's it. Good, hands to the floor, feet down. Okay, that merits a child's pose. What do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, I think it does. Okay. Well, we got creds here. Take a good rest. So really relax, breathe. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And slowly make your way back up. Enthusiastically, not reluctantly, hopefully. All right, next one, we're going to stand back up. Place our right foot on the wall. Now, one way of measuring this is your own vision, right? Your own ability to see yourself. But you also just know how it feels, okay? So right foot up on the wall. What we don't want to do is be so far back with the left foot that you're in Hanumanasana, right? Like you're doing the splits. It's really hard to demonstrate that from the side, but it's like, all right. So it should feel a little awkward, but steady, okay? Then from there, take hold of your foot or your ankle. So if your hamstrings are tight, you're going to go closer to the knee. If you're more open, you'll go to the ankle, okay? Push into the wall, lean into the wall, lift the elbows up, exhale, head to knee. There you go. Go slow, just go slow. Get your balance first before you take your head down. That's it. Now, the right leg, you want it straight. So if it's not straight, you probably need to back your hands off and not go toward the ankle so much. Inhale, come up and release the foot. Okay, left side. Now, some of you may have hamstring tightness that is preventing you from straightening it no matter what. Okay, if that is the case, I'm going to allow for knee bendage. And you'll do it like this. But the caveat to that is you must bring your butt back. Okay, meaning, there it is from the side. You must bring your butt back. Okay, that's the caveat. So left leg up, hands on the ankle or somewhere close by. Okay, and then fold in.
That's better on this side.
Better on one side than the other, yes, always. That darn asymmetry. That's it. And release. All right, don't lose the measurement. Right side again. Okay, now here's where another option is to put your foot lower on the wall. So the foot is not in line with the hip, but lower. That will also stress out the hamstring a lot less. Okay, you can be here. Or come up higher and bend. Okay, your choice. Or third choice is straight in line with the hip. Okay, we're going to be doing a twist now. So take your right foot up. Choose where you want to put your foot. Choose whether you want to bend the knee or place the foot lower. Then put the right hand on the hip. Pull the right hip down so it's away from the shoulder, and then take your right hand to the middle of the room. Oh, yeah. I feel like a rock star in that one. Normally I'm like trying to balance and everything else. There you go. That's beautiful. Lovely alignment. Everyone's drawing that right hip down. Lift the shoulder, lift the chest, and turn a little bit more. Yeah. Good. And then arm over the head. Bow one more time toward the leg. And then release the foot. Who loves yoga right now? Come on. Okay, left side.
I feel like we can go on to ballet class after this.
I know, we could do ballet class after this, exactly. Okay, so from here, make sure your right foot is pointing straight ahead. Take your right hand over to the outside of your shin. Left hand pulls the whole hip down. Okay, and then turn your body to the left and let the arm follow. So you're not leading with the arm, you're leading with the turn of your core to the left. That's it. Chin is open, throat is back. Nice. Good breathing. And then come back, bow one more time toward the shin. And exhale, release. Oh yeah. Okay. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Next one we're going to do, we are going to need our blankets for this. Unless you have very intrepid knees. Okay, it's really only for padding that we're using this. Actually, before we do this, so it's good that you have the blankets, but before we do this, I just thought of something else. Because we have a wall, let's invert. Okay, so not just the L-shaped handstand, but we want to do handstand to the wall. Okay, now, there are several reasons why people get scared when they kick up to the wall. Okay, many of you in this room can kick up no problem. But there are people in this room who cannot kick up, right? And there's people at home that cannot kick up that are wondering why it's not happening, okay? The first thing is we think, oh, I gotta get up to the wall. I gotta get to the wall and it's gotta happen today. That's the first mistake, is wanting it to happen immediately, okay? The second mistake is bending the elbows. That looks a little something like this. So coming up and bending, okay? That's not going to help. And it's also going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're afraid to fall on your head, that's a pretty quick way to fulfill that fear, right? If you bend the elbows, then there's the floor, okay? The third problem people get into is as they're kicking up, they refuse to bring their butt, which is the heaviest part of their body, over their shoulders, right? You got to get your butt over your shoulders, or how can you stack? Okay, that looks something like this, and I'm going to do it to the side so that you can see. So just pretend like the wall is right here. So I want everyone at home to be able to see this too. So it's like I got to get to the wall, but I won't bring my butt up. Okay, got to bring your butt over your shoulders. The fourth thing that happens is flailing. Okay, flailing is an option. Okay, and that's like that, okay? The fifth option is you kick up and you get so stiff, you actually make it to the wall, but your body is so stiff with fear that you ricochet back off. Okay, you ever seen that? It kind of looks like this. You recognize all of it, right? Okay, so it's here and you're like, okay, that's the ricochet, all right? So how do we deal with these problems? Well, first of all, never bend your arms. Straighten them. Just keep them straight, okay? Second thing is be a little looser, but not flailing. Be strong, but loose, okay? Breathe. Remember who you are. We kind of dissociate when these things happen, all right? And the third is figure out a way to find a rhythm to get yourself up. And so what I like to do is step one foot in so that I'm able to rock my shoulders right over my wrist. From the side, that looks like this, right? I'm able to rock over my wrists. Okay, and then once I've gotten my shoulders over my wrists, I can start moving with the leg. See this? Okay, then it becomes a breath exercise. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale. Notice my legs are straight. Inhale, exhale, straight legs. Notice that when the first leg hits, the second leg is allowed to follow. Okay, so it's inhale, exhale, inhale. Right? Not inhale, exhale, inhale. Okay, a lot of people do that. They forget, oh, hello, second leg, right? It's got to go up. Bring the second leg up. Straight legs, straight arms. The only time the legs bend is to spring up off of, okay? If you just do this today, inhale, exhale, inhale. 5 times. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Just do that 5 times. That's enough, okay? Give it a shot. Straight legs, do it again. There you go. Nice, Sonia, that's perfect. Just keep your arms straight. Yeah, that was the sound of 2 feet hitting the wall. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lift up. Inhale, let's do it together. Inhale, lift the leg. No, just lift it, don't jump. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, jump. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, jump. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, jump. Got to keep your hands flat. right? Hands have to be flat and spread, right? You can't let them just change, right? They've got to stay steady. So you've been letting them move all around.
This is my foundation.
This is your foundation. You don't want to be like an earthquake, the first building to go in the earthquake, right? Inhale, lift the leg up high. Just lift, just Sonia, go with me. Lift the leg up high. Wait, Sonia. Lift your leg up in the air. That's it. Exhale, bend the knee. Now you got to keep it up in the air. Exhale, bend the knee. Keep trying, you guys, and inhale, go up. This leg has to be straight. You're getting tired. Rest. Okay, rest down. All right, now we're going to take our blankets. Okay. How many people got up a little higher than usual? A little higher than usual, like, or if you were not able to get up before, yes? Okay. Take your knees, your left knee rather, back to the wall. Okay. Take the right foot forward. Okay. Yeah, if you can touch the foot and the knee to the wall, then do so. Okay, see how it's back there? Okay, if not, you can come forward. That will decrease the stretch. You can bring your left knee forward away from the wall. Left knee, yeah. Otherwise, push it all the way back, okay? So just in case you're not sure what's happening from the side, it's like this against the wall, okay? Then from there, this is actually called ninja death pose. Hope you're excited. Okay, from there, you're going to take your hips back. Right? Oh, yeah. And so this leg, this left leg, is now in Virasana.
What happens if you can't go back?
If you can't go back, just put your hands on your knees and lean your hips forward. There you go. Yeah. See, Sonia, you're keeping me real, keeping me honest here. Right? Like with the limitations that different bodies have. I know your knees are tricky, right? So if you come away from the wall, you lower the stakes. If you go back to the wall, you raise the stakes, right? Doesn't matter where you go, because you're going to feel this. No matter where you are, you're going to feel this. Now, put your hand on the left foot, left hand to left heel, push down. Lift your pubis up for the thigh stretch of a lifetime. I know, some eyes are bugging out. That's it. Then exhale, hands to the floor. Now, take your hand behind your right foot, walk your foot out. Use your hand to move your foot forward, and then you're going to take your pelvis forward. So you're moving your pelvis toward the middle of the room. Okay, and then bring your hands up and we'll talk.
That's a good stretch.
It's a good stretch, it sure is. Now, you can either stay here, or if you're feeling spunky, take your arms up alongside your ears and stretch back. Even touching the wall behind you in some cases. Some people who are really crazy can bend the elbows and even touch the foot, but let's not go there. Good, hands to the floor. Now, walk the foot out a little bit more, flex the foot, and then exhale, push your hips back against the wall as you bring your head down towards your shin. Make sure also the left foot is not curving in, but it's straight up, the left foot. Flare all the toes on the right. That's it. And then slowly bend the knee again. Release the foot. Yeah, and come on out. Oh, sit on your heels for a minute. Now, one thing that is possible too with this, and I'm seeing across the room, you can always use blocks under each hand. You may want to do that on the next slide. That's a great idea. Awesome, right? It's just, then you bring the floor up to you. It's just not quite as intense, right? Let's do the other side. All right, so right knee goes back, Left foot comes forward. You may feel one side is tighter than the other, so it should be always a party. This pose, I call it ninja death pose because vintage, like years and years and years ago, when I first started teaching yoga, I think I might have not even been teaching yet, we did this class, and the teacher, yeah, that's it, the teacher did this, and someone was like, what is this pose called? And the teacher didn't know the answer, and so a student named it ninja, well, it must be ninja death pose. So there you go, bring your hips back. And I've been calling it that ever since. But it's clearly a variation of Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, but that's not as fun. Okay, put your hand on the heel, right hand on the heel, push the heel down, lift the pubis up toward the navel for a major quad stretch on the right, even getting up into the psoas. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Nice, and then take your hands down to the floor. You're going to use your left hand to push your foot forward, and then soften your pelvis forward toward the middle of the room. So you're really quite looking like you're in Anjaneyasana now. Okay, and then hands on the knee, right, is the start, or pelvis forward, curl back, hands to the wall. That's good. And then hands all the way to the floor. Shift the hips back, flex the foot. You can walk it out if you need to, or it might be just perfect where it is. And then exhale, fold. Good, slowly come out of it. Whoa, and sit down on your heels. Wow. That's great, the facial expressions, priceless. All right, so we're gonna move our blanket off to the side and come into Vashisthasana. So what you'll do to start is put your hands, actually just try down dog with the heels up the wall. Okay. You're going to turn onto the right edge of the outer edge of the right foot rather, and bring the right hand to the middle of your mat. And then watch that your right wrist is forward of your shoulder. Okay? And then come up. All right, so foundation-wise, you do not want to be right over your wrist. You want to be behind your wrist, okay? And your feet against the wall give you this awesome stability. That's it. Turn to the other side now. Left hand down. Put the left foot on its side. Okay, so some of you may never be able to do this pose, or not never, but like you haven't up until now been able to do this pose, but perhaps with the wall support, you're feeling the love. Reach up, yeah. That's it. Chest open, throat back, turn up. Beautiful, hand to the wall, to the floor. Okay, then do it a second time, and this time, those of you who are feeling more open, you can actually grab the outer edge of the foot and come into the full version of this pose. Yeah, Apes is doing it. There we go. So you're gonna hold the outer edge of the foot. Okay, take the tops of the thighs back. Otherwise, you're staying with the original version. Good for you. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then exhale and release. And another alternative to that is instead of holding your foot, right, you can just put your leg up. Oh my God. How fun is that?
Easier than holding.
Yeah, that might be a good little start to being able to eventually hold your foot. Woo, Sonia. Good, and then release. Ah, fun. Fun stuff. Okay, if you did want to try that on the other side, you may. If you wanted to do that little leg lift. Everybody, if you feel gypped, you can. Okay. Awesome. Come into downward facing dog again. And then release the knees down. Make sure you have your 2 blocks. Okay, and let me just borrow yours to show what we're going to do. So you're going to take the blocks and you're going to tip them up against the wall at an angle like this, right? If you have molding, you can rest them on the molding, or you can, if you want a deeper angle, you can come up. It doesn't matter, okay? And you're going to have them nice and shoulder width apart like so, okay? And put them like this. Okay, before we use these blocks, okay, everyone is going to kneel before their blocks, like so, for Ustrasana, and I'll show it sideways, okay? So you're gonna lift your chest up, ground your feet, take the thighs back, carve the tailbone under, lift up. Let's all do it. I'm just talking you through it. So thighs back away from the wall, that's it. Tailbone roots down. Lift the chest up, take your midsection back, chest up, shoulder blades down the back, throat back, hold the heels, and try to push your pelvis into the wall. Try to push the pelvis into the wall. Right between your blocks. And then head all the way back. Low back. Worried about your back? Oh, you're fine. Okay, no problem. That's it. Separate your feet wider apart. So come back up. Come back up. And you got to open your feet wider. Not that, those are your knees.
Sorry.
Yeah, so put your, that's it. Come up when you're ready.
And then push.
Yeah, there you go. I have blocks there on either side if you want them, but you don't. Good, let's do number 2. Okay. You can put the palms, if you need the support, you can put the palms flat on the back like this, apes. Yep. Yeah, and then curl, push you literally use your hands to push your pelvis into the wall, curl back. And then reach down when it's convenient. Push your pelvis into the wall, curl back. Good, and come up. Kiss the wall. Nice, and release. Okay, one of the keys to coming back up from that pose is that you don't lead with your head. So come up like the tail of a whip, the head comes up last, okay? Number 3. Hands on the back, push into the wall, lift up. Reach your hands back. Your pelvis may come away from the wall, but then as you root your inner thighs back behind you, push the pelvis into the wall, lift up. And if the lower back hurts at all in that pose, just back off a little bit. Don't go as deep. You okay? All right. And also make sure that your tailbone is rooting down, your waistline midsection is back, okay? There you go. All right, so we have our blocks set up now, okay, on those little angles, and you're gonna lay down on your back with your head to the wall. And your hands are going to turn in for Urdhva Dhanurasana. So all 5 fingers are going to be facing down. Let's put it more at an angle for you. Yeah, so you definitely want that at a nice 45-degree angle to the wall. Turn your fingertips down. That's it. Okay. The nice thing about using the wall for Urdhva Dhanurasana and having the blocks at this angle, okay, let's at least get them at the right angle, is that your wrist is not taking such a brutal 90-degree angle. Okay, so it frees your wrist, which then frees your shoulders to have more mobility. Here we are. So give this a shot. Take your hips up in the air. Make sure that the feet are parallel. Yeah. Hips up. Now push into the blocks. The alternative here is Setu Bandha. We have a Setu Bandha friend in the front here. Go on top of your head, so your head is between the blocks. Put your head on the floor. Head on the floor.
Is this good?
This is good. Okay, suck the armpits back. Make them hollow like you did when you did that exercise. Take your chest more vertical. Take your hips more vertical. Now go up.
Oh, bloody no, I did it.
Look at the floor. Other floor. The one down there. Down there. Yep. And that's you. That's all you. Tuck your chin and release down. Okay, we got to get your elbows not to splay so much. They've got to be more in. Okay, remember the one where we had the block above the head and we were doing this? Same action. Okay, that's what it was preparing us for. Okay, your elbows are splaying quite a bit, right? So you want to make sure the elbows are parallel. It's okay to open them up to just get the integration, okay, but then bring them together. Just the same way we did this. Remember we had a 45-degree angle? We sucked the armpits back toward the wall, then we squeezed in, then we pushed up. Same action. I'm going to talk you through that action, so breathe and be patient. Pause on your head, and let's do that together. Here we go. Hips up. Chest up, pause on top of the head, and let's remember that exercise. Okay, so the first thing while you were up on your head, get on the head, was that you sucked the armpits back and the elbows were a little bit wide, up on your head, okay? Then you squeeze the elbows together without losing the back of the shoulder touching the wall, so make sure the armpit is hollow. Then take your hips up, take your chest forward more, get it more vertical. Hips up, chest more vertical, then go up. Elbows in, see? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's it, then go up. Look at the floor. Squeeze your elbows. Elbows in, that's it. Press with your hands. Press with your hands. That's it. Hold yourself up. Feet parallel. Tuck your chin. And release down. Getting better every time.
Thanks.
Getting better. How's it feel? Any problems? Okay. Any problems on this end? Any problems? Problems? Okay. Well, isn't that great? All right. Now, did it help to remember that block exercise? Yes? Okay. Here we go. Hips up, this is our number 3. Hips up, chest up, pause on top of the head. Okay, so elbows are a little wide, right? That's gonna help you get the armpits back as though the wall is right behind you, okay? Then take your hips up, don't go up yet, take your hips up, take your chest more vertical to solidify the arm bones in the socket, then squeeze your elbows in, look at the floor, push and go up, push. Look at the floor. Look at the floor. Spread your fingers, remember? Yep. That's it. Feet parallel. Yeah, look at you. That's all you. It's all you. You're pretty backbendy. That's it. Tuck your chin into your chest and go all the way down. Use your elbows. Use your arms. Oh my goodness. It was very hard work. All right. Now, don't hate me. Do not hate me. Okay, I'm going to use April's blocks here. So check this out. This is I promise you this is the last back bendish thing we're going to do. Okay, come around close if you need to see. Okay, heel, I'm going to actually put my feet down so that you guys can see the heels of the hands on the block, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to walk my feet. I'm going to lift up. And once I'm up, the heel of my hand gets on top of the block a lot easier. And then armpits back, chest forward, walk in. Okay, go up. Now, push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do 5 to 10, however many you want. From the side, okay, what it looks like, this is literally up against the wall, like that, shoulder width apart, okay, and I'll try to simulate it from the side a little bit here so our friends at home can see. Want a good view. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way because I can't do it that way, but that's how it is. This is the wall. Okay, you're here. Right, you get your hands up on the heel of the block, feet parallel, hips up, chest up, okay? And then, see arm bones are out of the socket, I'm up on my tippy toes. Arm bones go in the socket, whoops, I'm slipping. In the socket, okay? Hips up, chest vertical, and go up. Now, the wall would be right here. Okay, and going up and down. Doing my best to keep my chest as close to the wall on the ups and downs. Not pulling the chest away from the wall, but keeping it pumped toward the wall, up, down, up, down, up, down, pumped toward the wall. All right, give it a shot. Thanks. Bird the D push-ups. Who loves it? All right, here we go. Get excited. You want these nice and wide. Head to the inside of the block. Setu Bandha is the alternative here. Okay, thumbs are going in the same direction as the other fingers. Yep. Once you get on your head, I promise you the heel of the hand will get up on there a little bit better. So try your best to get the heel of the hand above the top of the block. That's it. And once you're up, I swear it'll be easier. Okay, so hips up, chest up, pause on top of your head. Already the heel of the hand should be more stable. Then armpits back, chest toward the wall, hips up, push up. Push up. Use your feet, use your legs. Push, push. Gotta push. You have to breathe. You gotta breathe. Breathe. That's it. Then down and up, down and up. Okay, you have to bend your elbows. Bend them, and up. Bend them, and up. That's it. Go all the way down. Did you do 5 or 10?
Yeah. Thank you.
I did 5. You did 5? Yeah. 5. 10. You did 10. Nice. Okay, so just let yourself actually take that in, take in the intensity of it all. Don't go into too much of a spontaneous shavasana, but definitely rest.
Thank
All right, and then you're going to take one of your blocks, okay, and this is how we're going to get into this. I'm going to pretend that the wall, well, just for consistency, we'll pretend this is the wall again. All right, you want to be about, feet at the wall kind of a thing, and maybe a little bit closer. Like just a tad closer like that, so my feet would be up against the wall like this. You're going to take the block underneath your hips, so your hips are going to come up. You might have to go up onto your tippy toes to clear it, if you've got short legs, like I do. Okay, and then you're going to bring your feet to the wall like this, so you kind of feel like a big dolphin or something. Or the more you want to get a back bend, you could bring your feet all the way down to the floor and the wall. And the least amount of back bend would be something like this against the wall. Okay, so you choose. So you're literally starting in Supta Tadasana with your feet against the wall. So just like lengthen your legs out and put the heels on the wall, like you're standing on the wall. Sonia's got it, April's got it, that's it. Then from there, scoot your butt in a little bit, then plant your feet like Setu Bandha, okay, and then lift your hips up, go up onto your tippy toes if you need to clear the block, and you're gonna put the block either on the tall setting, right, or you could, if you're really feeling that's too much of a bend, you can go down to this setting, more of a medium setting, and then bring your feet against the wall, and you'll immediately know whether you got it right in the measurement. Okay, you'll know if you need to move back or if you want to move forward. Again, the deepest setting will be feet all the way to the floor, right? The least bend will be feet up the wall. You want the block to be right at the sacrum, so it's at the lowest part of your back, right above the crack of the buttock. That's where you want the block to be located, FYI. Okay, and if you're in a good position with the block, you can take your hands around the block behind you and just clasp the hands, if that feels restful for you.
Does it matter how high the block goes? No?
No. Should just feel good. So you look like you're a little close to the wall because you can't get your legs straight. So I would probably just start over and move back a little bit. You look good. Yeah. And feel free to experiment with moving your feet to a different location on the wall. And that's a great idea. If you feel confident, you can take one leg up and then, or both legs at the same time and come into a supported Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, a little bit of a shoulder stand. Yeah, it's like a partial shoulder stand. Just make sure that you keep your chin open and maintain a healthy cervical curve in the neck. So once the legs are up, it becomes an inversion, and a nice inversion that doesn't put too much weight on the cervical or even the shoulders, or push the neck into that flexed position, but at the same time it inverts you and stimulates the throat chakra, the thyroid gland, and all the different glands in the throat. So it's a nice one. Yeah, and for fun, you can take your legs out to the side, like a big Upavishta Konasana. Little variation. Spread your toes a lot. Nice. Good, and then back up. Okay, place your feet back on the floor. Push your hips up to free the block. Roll over to your right side. We're going to do legs up the wall pose, Viparita Karani. Okay, now you may use a blanket if you would like extra padding under your butt, but it's totally not necessary. However, there is some skillfulness with which you can get into this pose so that you're not uneven on your mat. Okay, the way that you do that is you scoot all the way to the wall on one side of the mat. So I'm on my, I don't know what I'm on, but I'm on this side of the mat because it's my left if I'm facing that way. And then I'm going to place my right shoulder down against the wall. But what happened is I just lost a foot, right, between my butt and the wall by leaning over. So I have to scoot back in so that there'll be good verticality when I come back up, okay? But I want to make sure my hip and my shoulder are in alignment, that I'm not like this, right? That's why it's important to come to the side of the mat, scoot in till my butt's touching again. Then when I bring the leg up, I should be pretty much centered on my mat and not going onto, the other part of the room or onto someone else's mat or whatever. So that's legs up the wall pose. Arm variations can be cactus if you want more of a heart and shoulder opener. You can also place your hands on your belly if you want to feel more nurtured, or palms face up. So I'll talk you through this. You're going to come in real close to the wall, place your right shoulder down, scoot your butt back to make up the distance, make sure your hip is in line with the shoulder, then one leg up, and then the other, and you should be centered. That's it. Yeah, and you might have to do a little bit of scooching. Okay. And then choose your hand position, whether it's palm face up, cactus, hands on the belly, or palms face up. One of the huge benefits of inversions, which we were able to do a lot of today actually, but one of the huge benefits of inversions is that it goes against gravity. So gravity is constantly pulling your various body parts downward, your skin, your organs, various body parts. And so when you flip the other way, everything kind of goes up again, right? And that's why yogis are often told, you look so young, you look about 10 or 15 years younger than you actually are. And it's because we go upside down, and this is considered a very, very high power inversion, believe it or not. Even though you're not doing a lot, it is a major inversion.
It's cheaper than plastic surgery, right?
It's much cheaper than plastic surgery, yes. The blood drains from the feet down and pools in the belly, so it gives the heart a chance to rest so that the heart doesn't have to pump the blood up from the feet.
So you think it's good to do a headstand or just this every day on a daily basis?
Any inversion you can do on a daily basis would be great. Yeah.
The time we have to plan.
Yes. You seem to manage. Sometimes the legs feel as though you're having to hold them up. And so another way to approach that is to wrap a strap around the thighs, and then the legs just stay together themselves. So that's another thing at home you can play with, or if you have a strap, you can always put it around the upper thighs and let yourself have a field day. A belt will do too. All right, from here, hug the knees into the chest. Open the knees apart, but keep the soles of the feet together like Baddha Konasana. Take your hands right on the tops of your thighs and just push them toward the wall. Push your thighs right toward the wall. Use your hands on the upper thigh, not the knee, but the upper thigh.
Here.
Yeah, push. That's it. And then bring your knees together, roll over to your right side. We're going to reconfigure the room and move away from the wall. You did it. So every wall pose is now complete, and the only one left is Shavasana. So go bring your mat back, and we're going to take a brief Shavasana.
Are you going to be coming back in the future to do more wall poses?
Maybe. Oh, good. So once you get your mat situated, please lay down on it. With your palms face up. Settle in. Deepen the breath. And turn your head from side to side. And then gently bring one knee and then the other into the chest. Roll over to your right side. And then use the strength of your arms to make your way back up to a seated position. And so as we leave this practice, we remember the importance of not only asking for support, but also being of support to others. So when somebody asks, be there for them as best you can. Fold the hands together in front of the heart. We'll chant the sound of Om to close. Full deep breath. Namaste. Thank you all.